Hey guys, we're excited. We got some new stuff going on. This has been kind of a project of mine for a while. But Holy Grail is something that's actually turning out to be absolutely amazing. So, all of my original indicators, including Pro Scalper, are pretty much MACD based. And I want to say the problem, it really isn't a problem because it really hasn't reared its ugly head much, is repainting. And, but it's annoying to me. And what I decided to do was go out and do something entirely different. So these three new tools are something brand new. Will Holy Grail Core work with all the other indicators? Sure. The two oscillators that I've built to go in here, actually it's one oscillator right now, but the advanced Bollinger Bands with candles is important. You need to see what's going on with the Bollinger Bands, and you also need to see the price action in the candles. Some of you will. Some of you won't care one way or the other. But it all gives you an idea of what's going on with the price. God mode in that oscillator is actually two versions of God mode combined into one. And right now it's running, instead of candles closed, it's running candles open. So it's firing a little bit faster. And I'm loving it. All the normal RSI indicators are built into it. And there's also a longs and a shorts indicator built into it. And that's really what's on here right now. These little arrows we'll get into and I'll explain later. But these are the longs and the shorts. These are the market orders being taken from Bitfinex. So this is kind of critical data to have on hand at the moment. And then I just have Stoch. So that's all that's on here right now. And there's lots more, and I'll show you that in a minute. And right now we're on the BTC chart. We can jump over to ETH. And you can see what it's doing on the ETH chart. But you can see how these line up. This is a killer combination. Now what's cool, and I want to mention this before I get into the settings, this particular copy of Core is not ready for the automated bot process yet. It's being worked on. And not by me. I paid a developer to do what needs to be done to get me a certified working copy of a non-repainting script with alerts. And I should have it early part of the week. And with that, there will also be a bot. It's a trading bot. And it will be for alert trader is where it'll be for. But you should be able to use a script anywhere. Because it's that good. I mean, plain and simple. I'm a little bit tired. It's about 9:30 at night. I've been at this for 13 hours already. But let me get into the settings so you understand. This is something brand new. It's like nothing I've done before. I'm extremely excited about it. The results have been absolutely awesome. Well, let's see. Let's jump out here to a 1 hour real quick. Let's wait for this to load. And then we can go out to a 4 hour. you can see that it called the action all the way across the board. And it gave you time to jump into this pump. You can see that we called the long here, here, and if you wrote it, you'd have wrote it all the way up. This particular candle right here is a price action candle, and it's telling me that it broke out of the price action channel. Now, I'll teach you guys how to use this later, but for right now, this is real important. So you would have been able to ride this up and then get out. And you would have been able to get out at profit here. So that's pretty cool stuff. Important, accurate, deadly accurate. I'm not a typical YouTuber. I'm not going to jump up and down and get excited and paint rosy pictures and all that bullshit that goes along with it. I build shit that works. You either like it or you don't. If you don't like it, I don't care. If you love it, I love it. I mean, that's what's important, is does it work? All my shit works. Some is different. Some is better than others. Everything does something differently. I have 4 or 5 scripts that are exactly the same, with just different tools built in behind them. I've tried to cater to absolutely everybody. Well, my focus right now is I'm catering to the people that only want the very best scalping, 3-minute scalping scripts. That's all I'm worried about. That's my focus. It's my focus for me. You guys want to come along and you want to worry about the 3-minute charts? That's great. That's what this is built for. Will it work in other time frames? Sure. It's made as a 3-minute scalper. And you can see just how accurate it is. Let's go to the 15-minute. I'll get done with this real quick. You can see after you get done seeing it and wait for this to load. And then I'll get into the settings. We called it here. Been riding it up. It went above the price action channel, so it fired a candle. It went up to here, went for a reversal, and she started coming back down. We fired the sell here. God mode fired it back here. I think it was a little bit early, but this is on candle open and not candle closed, just so you know. And then we wrote it back up here, went back into the long, got up to here. Grail called the short here. God mode called it here. If you had jumped in it here, you'd have made more money than if you had jumped in it here. You'd have got out. You'd have saved some profit. But that's that. That's how easy this is. It's a deadly accurate script. I couldn't be more pleased with it. Anyway, let's get into some settings so you know what the hell you're getting into. Oh, and yes, well, we'll get into that too. All right, let's go here. These are the inputs. And this is for the core scalper. Now, I'm not going to tell you what each and everything means right now. Just set it up the way I have it set up. So we're all working on the same playing field. Well, I'm just going to scroll this down. I've got a lot of shit turned on, a lot of shit turned off. There's a lot of stuff in here you're not going to need right now, but we're going to teach you how to use it later. Because there is fractals in here. And there's divergence. A whole lot of things in here that you're not going to get involved in right off the bat. But you can stop the video. I will scroll it back up nice and slow again. But there we go. That's the inputs. And the style. There's a lot turned off. There's also enough needed information that's turned on. And it will signal bar colors. So, and we'll teach you what the colors mean. I have the moving averages turned off. Pivot points are on, and that's okay for now. I have fractals turned off, but you're going to see the chaos channel is here. That blue arrow that you saw over here, wherever that blue arrow was, let me see. This blue arrow right here. That's this arrow right here. It's telling you that the trend is being broken. Up and then down. When to enter, when to get out. I don't have those. I can turn that on. That'll be all right. And then all the fills are in here. And you can play with the fills. Just the ones that I have turned on, like this one. Get in here and play with it a little bit and make it the way you want it, not the way I have it. I mean, it doesn't have to be the way I have it. Well, let me scroll back up and we'll go through this one more time. This is about as much fun as watching paint dry, I know, and I'm sorry, but it sure beats me trying to type it all in and explain it all. So that's that. When you're all done, come down here where it says default. No, we don't want that. It'll say defaults down here. Save as default, save it, and you're all set. And then we'll say OK, and we'll get out of it. That's all the settings for Core Sniper. Alright. Now, for Keltner and Bollinger Bands. We'll go to Inputs. I've got it to candle open in SMA. You can set it to whatever you want, but I recommend SMA. Volume weighted, true range. And these are candles from here down. Some of these you're not going to want to see. Some of them you will. It's like me. I turn off the inside bars because it'll fill the screen with them. And lots of candles being thrown with the market the way it is that they don't mean anything. So you might as well just turn it off. So that's that. Then we'll go to Style. Style's pretty easy. I've got the inside Bollinger Bands turned off here. Keltner is on. The outer Bollinger is on. That's this one. And then these are price action candle indicators. That's these little red dots in the candle names. It'll actually fire alerts based on the candle. But there's not a lot to turn on and off in here. Just set it up like I've got it and you'll be 100%. And say OK. That's that part. Now, Assassin. This is going to take a little bit. I'm going to go to Settings. I'm going to go to Inputs. And I'm just going to scroll this down nice and slow so you can see it. The only thing I have turned on right now is RSI. You can turn on Elliott wave if you want. It's going to load. Elliott wave just loaded right over the top of my longs and shorts. But it's something you can play with. Now, the other thing that's in here, my kill zones. Instead of having kill zones on the main chart, you can have kill zones in the oscillator. So you can turn on the New York session, the Australian session, the Asian session, and the Euro session inside the oscillator. And you'll be able to play with the colors so that you know which ones are which. We've got overbought and oversold, different levels for different indicators, so you have them all. And then we're going to go to, let me see here. I'm going to say okay. I'm going to go back to, let me go back to this. And I'm going to go to Style. I don't have the plot lines on for the God mode crosses. I turn them off. I don't need to see them. Caution dots are on. These are the crosses here. And just keep everything the way I have it. You can always play later. It's a very comprehensive tool, and I don't want you overwhelmed, and you don't need it all to begin with, but you will need it, and you'll love having it over time. This is a second set of alerts for God mode. You're not going to see them because they're behind the crosses. Just turn them up. You've got RSI longs and shorts. See if I can show you. This line right here, the blue and the purple line. Back down here. Right. Give me a hard time. This one here. Those are longs and shorts, along with the indicators on the bottom. This is where they're pulling orders, putting orders in, taking orders out. Indecisions on some orders. There's a gray candle in here, which is a gray cross in here, which is an indicator of them watching and waiting. So it's actually pretty intensive. So I think you've got everything here. This is all the style settings. I'm going to turn that off. Now, as the custom stuff that I'm getting, once I have it, I will embed it and update the script, and that will only be in the core. This will not change, and the advanced Bollinger bands will not change. So this all remains the same. These are the three I'm focusing on for probably the next 6 months. Going into March, it's going to be all about making money for me. And I'm going to be done building new stuff unless I get a real brainstorm for something that just hasn't ever been done before. But with all this being said, this is pretty cool stuff. Now, For you guys that don't know, if you're watching this and you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, I'm not a huge marketer, so I'm not going to jump up and down and tell you this is what you got to do. But there will be links. Jump out to the website. Watch the video. Read the testimonials. We have a huge Discord. The guys are great, and we're there to, everybody is there to help everybody else. These are all my indicators. I have not added Holy Grail to this yet. I'll be redoing the webpage tonight sometime. But this is the main website. Jump over here. Jump in the group. Use the indicators, start making some money, and stop losing money. That's what we're all about. We're all about making money and losing as little. We all lose money. You lose money as little as possible and make as much as possible. It's all about increasing percentages. If you can't increase your percentages, you're wasting your time. My scripts will not let you lose money if you follow them. So, with that being said, I'm done with this, and we'll get into some training videos later. For my guys that are watching, I love you. And for the new guys, come join the fun. We're having a blast. We're kicking ass and making money. Just simple stuff. And with that, we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. And if you haven't hit the like and subscribe button, hit the like and subscribe button. I told you, I'm not a YouTuber. But I do like making money. So we'll talk to you guys later.